You are listening to All Burgundy and Gold Everything, powered by the Urban Sports Scene and Fox Sports Radio 96.9 FM and 1340 AM, Hopewell, Virginia. Your hosts are Wole and Glen. What is good, my man, Glen?
Nothing much, man. Excited for NFL football on Saturday this week.
I don't know, I'm excited, but
It's football, man. It's Christmas time. It's
it's
festivity.
Christmas though. Like it's Christmas Eve football.
It's
We get Christmas
Eve.
Eve football.
Christmas Eve football.
Yeah, you know what I
Mhm.
mean. So yeah, in that regard, yes, Christmas Eve football. But I don't know. After what we saw Sunday night, this could be a massacre, though. I don't even know. This game is scary.
Yeah.
All right, hey, subscribe to our podcast. Or before we get into all that, shout out to our Commanders Pro Bowl selections. You know what I mean? Terry McLaurin, Tressway, safety Jeremy Reeves. I think that's dope. And also Jonathan Allen. I think it's awesome, man. People, you got some players on this team being appreciated.
Yeah, it's good though, man. We got guys that who are contributing. I mean, we talked about a few minutes ago, Jeremy Reeves. That I think that's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Right? To make the Pro Bowl. We all know Tressway. He how many times? He's the best in the game, dog.
Yeah.
Best in the game. Best in the game.
Yeah,
that's all you can say. He's the best punter out there. Well deserved, and we know what Terry and Jonathan Allen mean to this Washington Commanders team.
Yeah, I think it's awesome that Terry is getting the credit that he deserves, man. A lot of times we see him in the pro, he gets snubbed. This is to know that his worth, that knows that, especially all those wide receivers in the NFC. When you look at the list, like Lamb and AJ Brown, I think it's Lamb, AJ Brown, Jefferson. All of these dudes have quarterbacks who can air it out, right? Mm-hmm. And this dude puts up 1,000 yards with quarterbacks that you may say are subpar, right? And he's still able to give you 1,000 yards. That's just tells you how dangerous this dude is, man, for real. So shout out to Terry McLaurin, man, for real.
Yeah, I think this was his second time.
Second time Pro Bowl, yeah.
Yeah, 2-time Pro Bowl.
And you talking about how many times you get 1,000 yards with, like I said, quarterbacks that I think other people wouldn't be able to get 1,000 yards with. You know what I mean? Like he's able to do it. He's able to get open, he's able to be reliable like that. So shout out to Terry McLaurin for real, man. Just amazing, man. Hey, subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes, and Google Podcasts. Just search All Burgundy and Gold Everything. Also tweet us at ABG_Everything and hit us up on IG at ABG_Everything and like our All Burgundy and Gold Everything Facebook page. And make sure you subscribe to our All Burgundy and Gold Everything YouTube channel as well. Hit the red subscribe button. Also like our video, like this video, and it's all good. And we get more, the more videos you like on our channel, the more views we get, more subscribers we get. So please, if you're a subscriber, please continue to like our videos. We appreciate it. All right, man, it's time for the pregame. Here's what we have on tap. We'll talk about the Commanders' upcoming Christmas Eve game against the San Francisco 49ers. Saturday, Christmas Eve, Washington takes on the Niners. The Niners are playing amazing football. They are Super Bowl contenders. Best defense in the NFL. What would have to be the game plan for the Commanders to pull off the upset, my man Glenn?
Once again, I said every week, run the ball, control the clock. Run the ball, control the clock, and score in the red zone, right? Not field goals, but touchdowns. Yeah. Understand that I do believe that the Washington Commanders team will be able to get into the red zone, but now you got to be able to increase that red zone efficiency. Also, not only increase the red zone efficiency, increase the third down conversions that this team will be in, because you're facing the number one defense in the league, right? So there going to be some third down situations that this team is going to need to. Their third down situation this team is going to need to convert in order to extend the ball, right? And you don't want to keep giving the ball back to the San Francisco offense with Christian McCaffrey and this explosive team. Yeah. You want to be able to keep the ball. And somebody said, well, they got to be playing with a Mr. Irrelevant quarterback. I don't care. That dude can play a little bit, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And so if you're watching third down conversions and red zone conversions are the key.
Yeah, I agree. I think that there's so much to your point, when you're talking about, like, you got to run the football. You got to win time possession. You got to find a way to run the football. I know the Niners, they stopped the run, but the Eagles have one of the better defenses. You just want to hope that how we value Washington's run game is a run game that can play against any defense, right? That's what you hope, right? So that's what you want to see. You want to see them be able to run the football and go into that thing, going into it and to be honest with you, to be more physical than the Niners. That's the way you win this football game. You have to be more physical than the Niners. And watching the Niners the last couple of weeks, watching them against the Seahawks recently, that's a physical ball club, man. Like that's a very physical ball club. They bring it. Like and Glenn, you're a coach, you're a football coach. It's an eye test. Some teams just play defense. You know, they play defense at a high level. They're good, right? But some defenses are just mean and physical. Like they are smacking you. And that Niners defense is the eye test defense. It's the one that smacks you. It's the one that, if you watch that Seahawks game on primetime on Thursday night, you saw like a Homer fumble. But it wasn't a fumble like it was his fault. He got smacked into that fumble. Like it was like that defense, like that, with the linebacker, I want to say, smacked him for him to fumble, or is it safety? I can't think, but he smacked him to cause that fumble. So you got to be more physical. To me, that's the key. You got to be more physical, and you gotta show them different looks with that run game. You know what I mean? Like to me, this is the game you lean on Brian Robinson Jr., but also you got to utilize Gibson too as well, just to show them something different in the run game. Like you kind of mix it up. It's like you're a boxer. You got to counter at times. You got two dudes that can help you with that. You got the physicality with Brian Robinson Jr., but you got the home run threat of Antonio Gibson. So I just feel like you got to, go back to run the ball 40 times. Like be ahead of the chains. To me, that's what you need to do.
Yeah, and you definitely don't want to become one-dimensional, right? Right. Yeah. You don't want to be able to become one-dimensional. And I mean,
in terms of having to pass the ball often.
Having to pass the ball, yeah, right. Having to pass the ball on every down, right? Yeah. You don't want that, because that means you just allowing the defense to fire up and just go at you. Yeah, and you don't want to do that, right? If I'm Scott Turner this week, I'll probably work a couple of tight end sets. Mm-hmm. I bring multiple tight ends in because I want to keep the big guys there and keep them off and extend the line and keep them off my quarterback. And so that's something that might be a big game for Logan Thomas.
Yeah, and to your point, you don't want it to be a passing game, because then what's going to happen? You're letting Joey Bosa loose. You had a problem with Thibodeau for the Giants. If you had a problem with Thibodeau, what do you think Joey Bosa is going to do to you?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you do not want to put yourself in that situation where you're going against Thibodeau, and because we saw that was a dominant performance. Like what he was doing was dominant. It wasn't average. That thing it was dominant. So you don't want to put yourself in that situation.
No, they definitely don't. I mean, you figure like you see, we saw that with Thibodeau, we saw that with Michael Parsons earlier in the year, right? Earlier in the year when they played Dallas. Yeah. And now if they don't get things together, you see that against the offensive line, who has been known to get quarterback sacks this year.
Yep. Yes. So
young line that haven't, they played better for the last couple of weeks, but this line still
they're struggling. They're starting to struggle a little bit.
They're starting to struggle a little bit to get exposed on certain things. Mm-hmm. And if you're not sure, NFL coordinators, offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators recognize that and will exploit that.
Yeah. All right. We got some former Commanders, Redskins coming in the bill. I mean, we're going over there. The team is going West Coast, but they're going to see some former Commanders / Redskins. They're going to see former offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan, who's now the head coach of the 49ers. They're also going to see left tackle Trent Williams, who used to be this team's left tackle. For you, Glenn, who would you rather? Which former Commander / Redskin would you rather have, Kyle or Trent?
I'm gonna say Kyle Shanahan.
Okay.
The reason I say Kyle Shanahan because if this team had an offensive coordinator who would be creative,
an offensive head coach too, like he's
the offensive minded coach, right? And the coordinator creative, they will be able to put more points on the board. This team only averaged 17 points, 19 points a game.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it.
19 points a game, which is real low average. And a lot of that, and they're 50% in the red zone, right? Less than 50% in the red zone after this past Sunday night, right about 50% in the red zone. That's what you want to win football games, be good teams score in the red zone. And this team struggles with scoring in the red zone. There's several games throughout the season. If this team has scored one more touchdown in the red zone, their record would be totally different.
Yeah. No, I agree. So we put this poll, we put the same poll on Twitter. 40% Trent Williams, 60% Kyle Shanahan. Close, 15 votes right now, but yeah, still relatively close. I'm with you, man. I mean, I'm with you. I love Trent, so I'm gonna go Trent. I just love Trent, man. I just thought what he brought for this team, and you see it now, like the blind, like you're seeing so many elite pass rushers now, right? Washington have issues with their offensive line, and I've said this before, like some of these offensive linemen are horrible. Like Leno isn't horrible, right? He's not bad. He's not. But the problem is when you're used to having a guy like 71, Leno looks bad. You know what I mean? Like he looks bad. And when you have a guy like 71 who's going to give you more time in the pocket where you can start making some of these special throws or be able to find people when they want to bring pressure because he can pick it up by himself sometimes, or he knocks people down. Even the run game, he's so efficient as a tackle in the run game that he makes life easy for your offense. He does. He is a weapon. He's a secret weapon for your offense. So I would say Trent. I mean, it's easy. I mean, obviously, like, to be honest with you, I hate Scott Turner. So, I mean, I dislike Scott Turner so much that I feel like I should say Kyle Shanahan, right? Like I should say it, but it's my biasness for Trent, to be honest with you, that I would go Trent. But yeah, man, it's tough because I just feel like Scott Turner and Kyle Shanahan is such a big difference, right? That we know, we know. You know what I'm saying, Glenn? Like we already know. We know that. Like if you had a Kyle Shanahan on this team, the offense would be 10 times better. Even with Taylor Heineke, to be honest with you. Even with Taylor Heineke.
Yeah, because he plays to their strength.
Yes, exactly. So on our Facebook, our All Burgundy and Gold Errrything Facebook page, the question was posted, and Dottie Liam Ortega said Kyle because he is an awesome coach. Trent is only about himself. Okay, I wouldn't say Trent's about himself. I think Trent's a team player. I think you got to get paid. This team did him dirty, so I wouldn't say he's selfish. Trent's not selfish.
No.
But if you made an argument is Kyle's an awesome coach, I'll go with that. But Trent's not selfish.
I mean, his family and health.
Yeah, his health. If you think this organization did him right, they didn't. Like not with that health scare, they didn't do him right. So
no, they didn't do him right.
He's not. I don't think Trent is selfish, but I will say that if the argument is about the coach having an awesome coach in the building, yeah. I mean, look. I mean, the resume speaks for itself. Last year, Kyle got his team to the NFC Championship game. A couple years before he got him to the Super Bowl.
Right, and that team last year wasn't that great neither.
Yeah, and he got him to the NFC Championship game and almost beat the Rams, to be honest with you, and then got this team to the NFC. He got this team to the Super Bowl too. So to play Kansas City, which Mahomes won the Super Bowl. So, yeah, I think we got to get. And they had a lead in that Super Bowl for most of that game. So when you look at what Kyle has done with this team, as a coach, Kyle does as a head coach, it's been amazing, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go to one of the main questions, or main topics actually that's going on in DC. Coach Ron Rivera has committed to Heineke as the starting quarterback for the Niners game. But Glenn, do you think that we'll see quarterback Carson Wentz at any point of this game? Because if in the presser prior, Coach Rivera did say that he thought he was thinking about pulling Taylor Heineke, but he had that good opening drive in the second half. So it was like, okay, we're back and we're rolling again. But he did kind of, when he was being interviewed, he did say like if something's going wrong with Heineke's play, it is in the back of his mind. I'm paraphrasing, but it is in the back of his mind. So Heineke's going against, I mentioned, the best defense in the NFL. Is there a chance we could see Carson Wentz in this game? I
think it's always a chance, right? You could see Carson Wentz. Is there a chance that you can see Carson Wentz? Yes. Mm-hmm. Will we see Carson Wentz in the game? It all depends on Taylor Heineke. It depends on how this offense moves. Taylor Heineke and Scott Turner, because Heineke doesn't have the power to check off a lot of things, right?
Yeah, he doesn't.
So whatever it's called is what he's going to most 9 times out of 10.
Very good point. Very good point.
Going to run. So it's a combination of both. If you blame Heineke, you blame Scott Turner. I do think this will be a good game for Carson Wentz. I think this will be a game with Carson Wentz because I believe his intelligence and getting the ball out, getting the ball down the field would be key for this Washington organization. It would be great. Because and I say that because people say he's not accurate and whatever. We talked about this and we say it every week. Heineke's not accurate neither. He
ain't accurate. It's not an accurate thing. Yeah,
it's not an accurate thing. People just happen to drop his interceptions. I mean, I don't know what it is. I can't explain it. But people who have interceptions in their hand, the Heineke's thrown, He should be well over double-digit
I told you, man.
interception.
I told you he's highly favored. I told you that already.
Yeah, he's highly favored, man. He's definitely highly favored because, again, I'd rather have. I mean, to me, they need a solid quarterback to be able to get the ball out. If this team is down at halftime and his offense has not been playing well, I think we will see Carson Wentz.
I think we're going to see Carson Wentz. I don't have a lot of faith in this game. To be honest with you, I don't. But I didn't have faith in the Eagles game. So for folks who tweet me or whatever, like I didn't have that much faith in the Eagles game. But I will say this is a different monster. I just believe that when you're looking at this game, this team that you're playing, this defense is one of the best defenses. It's the best defense in the NFL.
Yeah.
And they shut people down. If you look at the eye test, they are physical. So if the Niners take away the run and they make it one dimensional all Carson Wentz and then put it all on Taylor Heineke, I think you're going to see Carson Wentz. I think Heineke's going to make mistakes. He's going to make those plays that you're talking about. Look, man, the Seattle Seahawks have been putting up numbers. They have been putting up numbers with Geno Smith. They have Lockett. They have DK Metcalf. So they have weapons. You know what I'm saying, right? Washington they have 3 receivers, but Geno has been torching this league. They made Geno struggle, bro. Like they did. And they took away the run game. They took it away. And they had a good run game. They got the could have been rookie of the year. He stayed healthy. And the kid from Michigan State, I can't think. I'm having a brain freeze right now when it comes to his name. But they shut him down. And now you're going to a situation where if they take away a Brian Robinson Jr., if they take away a Antonio Gibson, they take both of those dudes away, then you're leaning on Taylor Heineke. And in any situation we've seen in the past, that's not a winning formula.
But if you Scott Turner, what you have to do is if they take away Robinson and take away Gibson, then there's somehow you have to get Curtis Samuel the ball, whether it's screens, things of that nature, to get him out in the space or get to you like we saw a couple of weeks ago. Get your athlete like we saw Sunday night. Get the ball to Terry quick in space and allow them to run and make things happen. If you want to be able to, there is a way that he's able to use the passing game as a running game.
Yes.
If things are short, quick, and things of that nature. But the only time will tell, he has to be able to get the ball out. And then he has to be able to, if he wants to survive, he's going to have to use his legs. And what we've learned about the San Francisco 49ers off defense is only allowing 17 points a game.
Oh.
Their offense is gaining 25 points a game.
Look at it.
You do the math.
Do the math, man.
That the Washington offense is only averaging maybe right about 19 points a game.
Yeah.
And this is against lesser quality defenses than the San Francisco 49ers.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is, man. And I was speaking of Kenneth Walker, the second who went to Michigan State, now plays for the Niners, the rookie. But yeah, all great points, man. So yeah, you're gonna have to put it on Heineke and see what happens. So Glenn, give me your predictions, man. You may have to put it on Heineke, and see what happens. Not hopefully Washington's more physical. But yeah, predictions, Glenn.
I'm gonna say the score is 27-14, 49ers.
27-14, 27. That's not a bad score, bro. Like, real talk. I ain't gonna lie to you. I will say I have faith in this defense being on the road. I think they're gonna play up because everybody's doubting them. So they're gonna make Purdy struggle. I do believe that. I'm going to say 27. 24, 14. Nah, 14 is hard for me. No way, let me go out the room. I'm going to say 24-17 Washington, because I do think Carson's going to come in the game. I think it'll be a late spark, but it'll be too late. I think Taylor's going to struggle and Carson's going to come in. So it'll be 27. I think 24-17 Niners.
Okay.
Niners. I think Carson will come in, but it'll be a little too late.
Got you.
That's I think Taylor's going to struggle, and then I'm not saying he's going to throw picks or whatever. I'm not going to go that far. But I think Taylor's going to struggle, and then Ron's going to make the play.
Okay. I can see it happen. I mean, I think it's one of those things that we got to continue to watch. And I think if Wentz does get it back, it'll be the last we see Heineke in DC.
Yeah, I agree. It'll be the last time. And next year, hopefully Sam Howell's starting quarterback. Hey, subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes, Google Podcasts. Just search all Burgundy and Gold Errrything. Also tweet us at ABG_Errrything. And hit us up on IG at ABG_Errrything. And like our All Burgundy and Gold Errrything Facebook page. Do not forget to subscribe to our All Burgundy and Gold Errrything YouTube channel as well. Like I mentioned before, hit that red subscribe button and like this video right here. Like it. Appreciate you. I told y'all the algorithm it is bumping when you do it. That means we get more subscribers. Our video just pops up in front of YouTube, and and the other folks are gonna be like, yeah, let me subscribe to this because Commander's talking. These guys are pretty cool. So yeah, do that for us. We appreciate it. And also, you know what, Glenn and I, we appreciate you all. We appreciate Ray and Glenn who aren't on, but we appreciate everybody. We were supposed to have the homie Lake, but things happen. So appreciate the homie Lake as well too Anyway, you've been listening to All Burgundy and Gold Errrything powered by the Urban Sports Scene and Fox Sports Radio 96.9 FM and 1340 AM. Hopewell, Virginia for ages. Shit it. Deuces. A mega. Lead us out, big homie.
Peace.